What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with the third and final game between VP and Alliance on the Radiant and Dire respectively. We're going to see the exact same bans from VP as they have done in the past two games, Lone Druid as well as Chen, targeting Bulldog as well as Aki. Aki. I'm just going to take care of this real quickly. Going to go offline so I don't have any annoying messages. So game number one went to Alliance after VP tried to run a very aggressive early game lineup that didn't get anything accomplished during the first nighttime phase of the Night Stalker. So once that happens, then you know that you're in for some trouble. Game number two was narrowly won by VP just because I feel just these small plays they had with the Hex really shutting down lots of the mag attempts at making any sort of play happen. In this game, we're going to see some kind of standard picks, but in a weird order, definitely. Lifestealer, Darkseer, Puck, going to be the first three pickups. Very solid picks for VP, but surprisingly enough, both teams are going to completely abandon any notion of picking the Nyx, who so far has managed to get through this entire phase, and I do think either team really could go for him. I think for VP, they would probably want it a little bit more, because they don't have a support hero yet. So Alliance should probably do well to ban that out, although it looks like the supports that they're going to be banning out not going to include that Nyx, at least not yet. Alliance's pick of Keeper of the Light, Nature Prophet, as well as Magnus, going to give them a lot of pushing potential. Lots of AoE clearing as well, although I don't think VP are going to do any pushing of their own. It's still a nice thing to have in case they do, in fact, build up a wave with a couple of ion shells on it. You can just burst it down with a 1-2 with the Illuminate Shockwave, and then still have your own army of the Nature's Prophet left over. So Alliance are going to get a little bit of global control from Nature's Prophet, and then a lot of split pushing from the Keeper of the Light. I do think the PL probably the best ban out possible for VP at this stage, because Alliance are looking for a hard carry for Loda, and PL Keeper is we know how that goes, right? In the early game you get the Lance spam, in the late game you get the split push, and I actually do like this final ban out from VP. The Spectre, a hero that we've seen Alliance run every sort of carry hero, so I guess it doesn't really mean that much in the entire grand scheme of things, but still a Spectre would add so much to the split pushing of Alliance. Just being able to farm in one area, then haunt into another. Yes, you will need a lot of protection, and I think VP could have, with the lineup they have built themselves so far, gone super aggressive against that Spectre and really shut her down. But why do that when you could just simply ban her out and prevent that problem altogether? I'm not sure if Alliance would have gone for that, but if they did choose to go for that, it would have been a very nice global split pushy kind of lineup that Alliance would have picked up for themselves. And Alliance with the final ban of the Undying is going to let Nyx through the pool one more time, and well, Nyx is like one of those top tier bans and picks pretty much around the globe. I think Batrider and Nyx are two of the 100% banner picked, except for this game, which is so far Nyx surviving through the first pick ban and second ban phase. So we'll see if any of these teams want to pick that up. VP with the lineup they have now, I mean, this lineup is going to revolve a lot around the Lifestealer, the Darkseer, as well as the Puck, mostly just going to use their skills in a way so that Lifestealer can get in there and actually do the damage. Surge, as well as Ion Shell, going to help Lifestealer in accomplishing that task. Puck as well with that Dream Coil, mostly just going to try to funnel some Alliance heroes into a small pit, so that the Lifestealer, who ideally would have been in the Puck by the time the Puck jumped in there to initiate, would be able to actually do the damage. Again, they are looking for two support heroes. We've seen Lifestealer Lina, Lifestealer Leshrac both work, and those two support heroes are both open. So if they choose to go aggressive with the tri-lane, that could be a fairly effective way in doing so. Just open wounds into LSA, into right clicks, might not be a bad idea. Though, yeah, I think they could choose to do for that. I mean, to go for something like that. They're going to instead go for the Disruptor, so they're going to try to get as hard a counter as possible to that Nature's Prophet, prevent any sort of kind of ganking shenaniganry from the Nature's Prophet, and it's going to be a Nyx that Alliance is actually going to pick up. So Nyx is going to be seen in this game. Don't think that he would have escaped the end of the game altogether, but it is going to be on the Alliance side. Nyx Assassin as well as Keeper, seeing Liquid run that. Not sure still how well these two support heroes run together, but I guess we shall see take two of this. Alliance still looking for their hard carry, and if they go for a very gank heavy lineup, they get a carry that could really contribute to a lot of early game fights. Might not be a bad idea. But VP gonna run the Juggernaut once again. We've seen this from them. Ars Art running the Juggernaut, who he got a kind of a supporty jungly start like the Omni Knight, and then he transitioned into the lane after the Lifestealer. Was it Ars Art who did this? I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. But he had the Juggernaut in the support role, and then the lifestealer farming, got some early game items going, and then left the lane to go be aggressive elsewhere and let the Juggernaut farm. And it worked. I mean, usually you do see the Juggernaut in pushing comps with the Chen, with the Lone Druid, but this time we're just going to see him in a probably more support-oriented role, and Arzart, yeah, is going to take that up once again, so maybe VP knows something that I don't. Very weird strategy. I mean, it's not something that is entirely intuitive to run the Juggernaut half as support and then half as a hard carry. But to Juggernaut's favor, I mean, he does have a Blade Fury, which is one of the highest damaging spells at level 1. May even be the highest damaging spell at level 1. If you could hit more than one person, then definitely it is. But yeah, it is a devastating spell, and if you could land it early game, it doesn't matter how much farm you have, because it does a lot of damage. And the Magic community also going to do really well for him. So on the VP side, it's going to be Illidan, hard carrying the Lifestealer, Arzart, once again on that Juggernaut. And that's going to be supporting as well as the Disruptor. Crazy is on the Puck, and that leaves KSI going to be hard laning that Darkseer on the top lane. S4 on Alliance is going to be playing that Mag. Aki is going to be on the Keeper of the Light. Loda hard carrying the Gyrocopter. EGM going to be playing the Nyx Assassin with some pretty sweet stuff. If I could click on the magnifying glass, there we go. Hidden Hive stuff. Sure, why not? And then that leaves Admiral Bulldog, who knows he's up against a tri-lane of the Lifestealer in some way. I mean, odds are it is going to be a Juggernaut Disruptor who are going to be more like jungling. If you see a Juggernaut, and if you know VP, if you know what VP would like to do with the Juggernaut, then they're most likely not going to be running him in an aggressive tri-lane fashion, because Juggernaut is the type of hero who needs to actually get experience some way, and you're not going to find it in the enemy jungle. You're not going to find it in an aggressive tri-lane unless you go super aggressive from the get-go. With Alliance's lineup, it's going to be really hard to do that. So, yeah, I think Alliance do have a good idea of what's going to happen on this bottom lane, especially since Admiral Bulldog just confirmed that with his Treant scouting. So, Admiral Bulldog going to go for Gloves of Haze, Clarities, and we'll probably see him just go to the jungle straight up. So, right from the get-go of this game, we're going to see Illidan getting free farm on this bottom lane. Arzart as well as NS going to be doing their best to find farm in the jungle with pulling and whatnot. KSI going to be joining them as well, possibly will be in the jungle from the get-go as well, so these jungles are going to be really crowded. That, of course, means that Crazy versus S4 is going to be the matchup that we're all going to have to keep our eyes on, because if everyone on the Alliance side stays on their top side of the map, and everyone from VP stays on their bottom side of the map, that means no aggression is going to happen either way. And, of course, that means we're going to have a relatively tame start, but let's just skip through this. Here we go. So, all eyes on this mid lane, where we already see Aki and EGM possibly looking for a level 1 kill on this Puck. Crazy has leveled the phase shift, and he's going to use it already. S4 baiting that out. Illuminate going to fly through, but Crazy doing good to avoid that. That was a pretty sick setup from Alliance, I gotta say. Using the Shockwave, choreographing that clearly so that the Puck would use his phase shift, and then having the Nyx run in for what ideally would have been an Impale that would have 100% landed on the Puck, following up with an Illuminate. That probably would have been a dead Puck. Maybe not. Puck really is a soft hero, but that's still a lot of damage with Illuminate as well as right clicks on top of that. So either way, the Puck is going to survive that. And yeah, it looks like everyone from Alliance is going to sit at their top half of the jungle. Everyone from VP is going to sit in their bottom half of the jungle, and they will just find farm that way. So it's going to be pretty boring, I have to say. Mag already has picked up his bottle. Crazy not going for as quick a bottle build is going to delay that just a little bit. So we will see who is going to get the upper hand in this lane. 6-7 for 2 versus 3 for 2. Crazy handling the lane just a little bit more, a little bit better. The more you can dodge those shockwaves, the better time he's going to have. Just having that additional base damage to the Null Talisman as well, really making it easier for him to last hit these creeps. He has an entire 7 damage over Magnus, and you might say 7 damage is that's no huge difference. But in pro games like these, when pretty much the last right clicks land at the exact same time, being able to throw out your attack that much sooner, like, you know, half a second or 0.5 of a millisecond or whatever, however long it takes to throw out an attack, I guess is what I want to say, it really makes a difference in determining whether or not you get that final right click. Mag is, though, spamming out the shockwave, so he will find some CS regardless of whether or not Crazy wants him to get it, because unless Puck wants to go for the orb and be super aggressive, the Mag going to be getting creep kills pretty much every time he throws the shockwave, especially since it is a level 2 shockwave. So top lane, it is going to be Loda farming. He is doing exactly the same as the gyrocopter. Let's see which lane can actually get a better push going. There is a healing ward on the VP side, and Alliance, they have an Illuminate. They're going to get a very nice double stack as well, so maybe, well, it's pretty much going to be a race to see who is going to get the first tower. I mean, VP, they only have a healing ward, but I say only have a healing ward. That's a pretty big deal for pushing, whereas Alliance have a little bit more creep clearing with a flat cannon with the Illuminate, so not too sure who's going to win a pushing race. Okay, that definitely wasn't supposed to happen. Man, god damn it. There's no kills anywhere in the game, no aggression, no hero movement, and I still miss first blood. Technically not first blood. It does say it's a kill for VP, not first blood just yet though. Nick Assassin getting a little bit overconfident in the jungle perhaps is going to actually lose a sizable chunk of gold. You can see all of that was unreliable. Of course his respawn is just like 3 seconds, so he's not really going to bother him too much. It's really the walking distance that is really going to be killing him as he returns to the lane, but seriously, not a big deal. Just a little bit of gold out of Nick's pocket, but Queen is pretty much going to be poor anyway, so might as well start being poor sooner than later so you could get used to it and, you know, start enjoying those cans of beans that you eat out of a stick under the subway overpass. Because the faster you get used to that, the more you're going to appreciate it. Because really, it's all about appreciating the situation you are in. If I was homeless, then I would have some, you know, experience in that, but I'm not. I'm just, you know, spitballing with what I've seen mostly from The Simpsons. That is pretty much. Oh wow, that mind game from S4, nailing crazy with another one of those shockwaves. So yeah, The Simpsons has crafted pretty much most of what I know about hobos eating beans under subway bridges or whatever they're called. Yeah. So just in case you guys are wondering, I know you guys are curious. Looks like the first team to make a push is going to be the Alliance side, with level 2 Illuminate being able to charge up with the flat cannon. Combining with that, Creep Wave is dead, and they're just going to keep applying pressure. The Siege Creep also putting some hurt onto the tower. It is going to force the fortification out from VP, but really no one's coming up here to defend this. KSI is getting his farm, Niche Prophet also getting his, will have his Hand of Midas relatively soon. Darkseer jungling just a little bit faster, will have a double stack of camps to clear out in a little bit as well. But with one simple push, Alliance not really investing much for that. Going to bring the tower down to half HP, and now we'll see if they can clear this stack of hard creeps without EGM dying. I think he should be able to, though I'm not too sure about EGM's ability to not die. It looks like he will survive this time. Bottom lane, Arzart going to look for some TPs, and it's just a matter of time before Alliance VP want to go for their push. Aki already here, however. Keeper of the Light really wasn't being too useful on the top lane, aside from adding that little element of push. And looks like Arzart's going to be the one to teleport up to the top lane. And the spin does a lot of damage, but they just right-click him down. It could be World of Hurt. Here comes Crazy as well as Illidan. The calldown's going to happen. Loda, no open wounds. Where's the open wounds? Loda's just going to teleport out of there. He should be just fine. The orb's going to fly for EGM. Spin has already been used, and EGM should be fine from this one. Dream Coil is going to be used. He's going to line up a 2-man stun. EGM is in a little bit of trouble now. Going to try to juke every which way, but he's just taking more and more right clicks. Needs to use that salve right now if he's going to live. He's not going to live, and EGM dies for a second time this game. But in the meantime, NS in the bottom lane, Admiral Bulldog jumps in, gets the Sprout, instantly topping the teleportation from NS, but the Illuminate going to flatten that Disruptor. And in the end, it is a 1-for-1 trade across the map. Both supports going to take a fall, but of course, because VP did get the first blood, they're going to have a little bit of an edge moving forward into this game. Still no towers being taken. I'm not actually sure what the Disruptor was doing that far up all by himself. That just seemed silly to me. Like, there's nothing that you could possibly want to do there as the Disruptor that would make anything happen at all. But and he's going to pay for it with his life, so I hope he's learned his lesson. Hopefully that will not happen again in the future. So we do have a couple kills on the board happening a little bit sooner than I would have thought. Wasn't really going to expect Arzart to move up to the top lane, but I guess this is the point in time where we're going to see that rotation. Illidan picked up the phase boots, got the Orb of Venom, possibly going to go for drums. Yeah, he's going to go for drums. So Illidan's going to go for early game. That means they're going to try to use the early game power of the Lifestealer, something that normally we don't see from teams. Lifestealer would most of the time be still on spot lane free farming, but instead it's going to be given to Arzart, who's, by the way, going to take an Illuminate straight to the face. But Arzart now finding a little bit of time to get his level 6, trying to get a little bit of gold as well. So it's an interesting rotation that VP are going to be pulling off here, and I do think it's going to favor them only if the lifestealer can actually either find a lot of farm elsewhere or find kills. And right now he's going to go for the second one. EGM, though, is going to be fine to just teleport out of there, and Illidan going to burn a lot of mana for that. Going to get nothing accomplished. In the meantime, mid lane, Skewer back onto the puck, who's Magnus already actually got two. That was an RP into Skewer, and Mag gets it. What? Oh my god, I mean, like, come on. Come on, you're going to do that to me? I miss EGM. That, like, attempt on EGM. Okay, Dream Coil onto S4. No, yeah, they just line up right for it. S4 going to get a two-man RP, Shockwave, Skewer back. And S4 is pretty damn tanky. I mean, RP and Shockwave is pretty much enough to kill the Disruptor. But you know what? I was watching action on the top lane, which also could have resulted in a kill. So that one doesn't count. Alliance finding 2 kills, going to lead them straight into a push. Double damage rune on the Magnus, going to help a little bit. Loda sniping off creeps from a mile away. Shockwave as well, but this is going to be the death of the Tier 1 tower. Alliance striking the first hit into the towers. The KSI jungling the enemy a little bit. But Alliance, after that pretty... Like, I mean, S4, that he didn't really work too hard for that one. He just RP'd. Yeah, the silence at level 1, yeah, it's not going to hold the Magnus's RP for very long. The puck did move most of his skill points into the Waning Rift instead of the Orb. That probably would have been a dead Magnus. And by probably, I mean, like, 80% would have been a dead Magnus. But instead, that, like, 0.75 silence duration, that's... Yeah, 0.75 duration of silence is not entirely useful. Oh, Aki, you do not want to be there. They don't have vision of each other. They're so close. They're so close. They're so close. They have no idea. Do they? Oh my god, this is... If Aki runs into Juggernaut alone, that's going to be the death of him. He does have support from Admiral Bulldog, but... Oh, can keep the vision like this. Look at this. They have no idea. Oh, now they do. They saw him. They saw Arzart do it. Orange is coming around. Crazy going to get a two-man Dream Coil. Should be very easy for him to do. Aki going to bring someone in. It looks like Bulldog instantly going to teleport out of there. Silence will cancel that off. Will he be able to get away in time? He will get pushed back, although with the, yeah, it's going to be close. Crazy is going to take it a little bit to the face, but it is going to be the death of him. Now Arzart looking for Aki. He will Omni Slash, but it will not work. He's going to teleport out regardless. Aki getting out of there just barely. That should have mini-stunned him. I'm not sure what happened. But, of course, as I was watching that, I missed the actual kill, which happened on Magnus. I'm not too sure how that happened, but I guess it was just a glimpse back into a kinetic field. Probably Illidan starting that one up with the open wounds. But either way, two from Alliance actually get out of there in that bottom lane. So well played by them. Unfortunately, they did lose a hero regardless, and it was kind of a mess down on that bottom lane. I'm actually surprised that Juggernaut managed to get away from there without any kills. It seemed like he was going to get a kill pretty much guaranteed. At least one. I mean, he was so close to that Keeper of the Light, but nighttime vision is a bitch, and he certainly isn't going to understand that point right now. S4 starting to get some levels. He will soon have the Empower for Loda, who is going for treads, going to go for his trademarked, very tanky gyrocopter build. The longer you can sit in the middle of the fight, the more flat cannon shots you can get off, the more rocket barrage you can get off, and then the more AoE pain you can bring to your enemies. So that is the build that Loda does like to do. We often see, or we might see, a Sanjin Yasha from him in the near future. It looks like VP going to take down Tier 1 on the top lane. Alliance could very easily go for the Tier 1 on the bottom lane in retaliation. That's exactly what they're going to do. Teleportation coming in. It's going to be Illidan very, very low, however. Going to get a full restore from that creep infest. And he's going to have enough to push this wave back, although I think Alliance still could go for the kill on this Nyx. If they burn the rest of his mana, one simple mana burn, and then Nyx is screwed. No rage to get out of there, and he's dead. But it looks like Bulldog's instead going to teleport straight in, try to go for this top lane where NS is revealed. Missile going to come, but Bulldog going to glimpse back all the way down to the bottom lane. He's going to run straight into Art. Actually, he does have S4 to support him. Are they going to use an RP for this one? They might need to, although Art taking a lot of damage, can aggro the creeps as well. S4 going to RP, should RP, going to get a 2 in the skewer. There's the RP, going to catch Illidan as well. Doesn't have mana to rage, will find enough mana to do those magic stick charges. Kinetic field going to go up, hold off EGM for just a little bit, but Illidan is going to start to run out of time. Impale will hit on him. That's about it. NS doesn't have a glimpse, and he's going to be forced to back on out of there. So it is a pick off on the Arzart. In the meantime, Keeper of the Light died on the top lane. I guess Puck just manhandled him. Yeah, used the Dream Coil in order to kill that hero off. So it is once again a 1-for-1 trade technically support for support, but Juggernaut is a hero that VP are going to value a little bit more than Alliance are going to value Ake. So yeah, it is going to favor Alliance a little bit in that trade, but let's take a look at, through all those trades, who has the advantage. No one, really. I mean, 500 going either way is not too substantial, so really there's nothing that either team has and that is going to be a huge advantage moving forward, except for the fact that VP might get another kill. Loda, he's tanky, but does he have a teleport? No, he does not. Omni Slash with the first slash does have a mini stun, and that is going to give VP another kill, the very, very key kill on that gyrocopter as well. He does have 1700 gold, could be a Shadow Blade coming from him. But yeah, if you are playing the Juggernaut, keep in mind that your first slash of Omni Slash, when you actually cast it, that does mini stun. All the other slashes do not, but either way, it will cancel off the TP and give Illidan as well as Arzart a good chunk of gold. These kind of two semi-carry strategy that that VP are going to work with, it will help them a lot in the late game, because Alliance are going to have a lot, they're going to rely a lot on Loda to do the damage, whereas VP, they'll have the Juggernaut to pretty much just assassinate one person with the Omni Slash, and if you could burn that, and then still have a 5v4 fight afterwards, then you're looking to be in pretty good shape. Even though the Juggernaut at that point probably won't do a lot of damage. Oh, EGM gonna get glimpsed to break the Reality Rift coil. The Dream Coil. What the Reality Rift? Where did that come from? To break the Dream Coil with that. I did not actually know that that was possible. But apparently that's a thing. You could Dream Coil people, then glimpse them so that it instantly breaks. That seems pretty cool. But bottom lane, we see Illidan might be in a little bit of trouble. S4 going to steer himself forward. Will use the RP for this one. Should use the RP for this one. He's going to have to. Illidan's going to get a full health potion from the creep eating, and the Illuminate just barely going to miss. Illidan going to pop another rage. Will bring down Admiral Bulldog. Mech going to come through as well. KSI arriving to this fight. S4 still going toe-to-toe with Illidan. Shockwave not going to hit. And here comes Arzart for the spinning action. S4 going to get blended up. Illidan, man mode, level 100. Going to find EGM as well, though he is going to pop the Vendetta, not going to help him. He's going to run straight into a Sentry Ward, and that's going to be the death of the Nyx as well. Illidan finds a triple kill on this bottom lane. Wow, and that is why you don't hold on to the RP. Magnus could have had it. He could have had that kill so very easily if he just pressed that button. It made me go to EXP per minute, but you could see what button I pressed. I'm pretty sure it's the same if you're using legacy keys or the QWER setup. Reverse polarity would have gotten the kill on the lifestealer, but he held it for way too long, gave lifestealer enough time to get another rage, and then really they paid for it with their lives. That should have been an easy kill, get in, get out, and they held on to their spells a little bit too long, allowed for KSI to get into that fight with that mech. And then, well, the rest was history. Is going to Alliance are going to be kicking themselves for that lunch, because they did in the end use the RP, but it was too late. S4 now does have a Blink Dagger, so either way, hopefully that RP problem will not be a consistent problem moving forward on this game. But still, that is going to be a lot of gold for this life, so they're going to give him his completed armlet as well as the drums. Illidan, who very early on in this game has left the safety of his safe lane farm, still finding his farm most experience per minute, most gold per minute on the map as well. So VP looking very good thus far to take this game over Alliance. That is if they can keep the pressure up. If he gets this, stuff like this, then that's going to really help Alliance mitigate the kills that they are dropping to the VP side. That, in addition to the fact that Admiral Bulldog is consistently farming with the Hand of Midas. Not too sure about when he got that Hand of Midas, but I'm assuming it was probably 8 minutes at the most. So he's had that for quite a while, actually. And Loda is going to be going straight for his BKB, so soon he'll be able to man up, and nothing that VP has will actually go through it besides right clicks. And you can't really count on the Juggernaut to do the right clicks. It'll all be the Lifestealer, who admittedly does hit very hard, but Loda is going for such a tanky build that with the BKB up, he's not really going to be taking much damage. Will be relatively safe once he pops that out. And if VP actually decides to stick and fight, then they're going to face the wrath of a gyrocopter. They could easily pick off everyone else, however. So it might be in VP's best interests to fight it out, even though they are going to go up against a potential BKB gyrocopter. Blink Dagger up a mag, and Bulldog has a Shadow Blade flying out towards him. There it is. Aki just defending the mid lane. Quick item check on everyone. Another ancient stack being cleared, and VP mech up on the Darkseer. Use that to save the lifestealer. We do have Juggernaut going for a second set of drums for the team. Crazy has a blink dagger, and Illidan has well, he's inside of a hasted puck. So this is a dangerous bomb, and they're going to not run into anyone. Bulldog got to teleport out of there. Will make it out alive. So it looks like Crazy and Illidan both going to be actually tanking the tower. Crazy's going to jump right in. They want S4. Can they bring him down? One more hit from Illidan. There you go. Skier not going to save him. Now EGM can take a lot of damage as well from Illidan. Mech going to pop off. The Illuminate's going to fly through, do some pretty heavy damage, and there is the Kinetic Field and Static Storm onto 2. Arzart looking for an Omnislash. Will find it. Not enough damage to kill off Loda, though Loda is going to pop the Drum Charge. Will just barely get away. No. Crazy's going to blink in for that final silence and will kill off the Gyrocopter as well. Now Illidan going to find Aki. Is there an additional stun? Doesn't matter because there's enough damage. Crazy gets a double kill. Now EGM and S4 want to get back into this fight, but I think if they do, it will be a little bit for a lot. Oh, yeah, speaking of, yeah, Crazy's not done yet. He's completely out of mana, though, so he can't get this kill on S4. But what is that? 4 heroes down? Yeah, they picked off the Mag, who resurrected. They picked off the Keeper. They picked off Loda and EGM. And did VP lose anyone in that fight? I don't think they did. I don't think they lost a single person. S4, what the hell are you doing there, bro? He's going to take a couple people with him with Skier, but it's not going to help him. Magnus is going to die for the second time. And VP 14-4. It's definitely not looking good for Alliance. This is going to be, or should be, a tier 2 tower going the way of VP. That puck initiation with Illidan instantly nailing out the Magnus before he get a single thing off. Oh man, that's just brutal on Alliance. And then to follow that up, a very well placed Static Storm Kinetic Field combination by NS. I mean, he caught 2. He let Juggernaut close the distance enough to get the Omnislash, which, although it didn't kill anyone because of the amount of HP that the Gyrocopter has, still did pretty much its full damage. I mean, it hit only heroes. So if you get that, even though you may not kill anyone, you're going to have to settle for that. And really, that's not such a bad thing to settle for. And Crazy, Illidan, looking to make that exact same thing happen again. They're not going to find anyone this time unless S4 spotted out by the Observer Ward. Crazy Illidan going to settle down, it looks like. Although they're still spotted out. Actually, I'm not sure if this is probably not spotted out, but either way, they are going to not find anyone with this Infest run. However, the Infest isn't exactly over, so they should just abandon ship right now. They're still not going to find anyone. Even throwing out orbs, trying to look for someone, going to hurt the puck in his mana pool, but yeah, we do have a lot of wasted time from Illidan right now. But, you know, in the end, Arzart is still farming. They are going to be building up some semblance of damage in this game through the Juggernaut, who now is going to start putting points into that crit, which isn't the biggest crit in the game, but still, it actually hurts pretty hard. And we do see Juggernaut going to build up a Blade of Alacrity item. Now, last time, I think I saw this, he was up against a Warlock, I want to say, and he went for Diffusal Blade, which was the 100% clear choice. This game, not too sure if Diffusal Blade would be the correct choice. It's definitely a fantastic item. The slow is going to be so useful for VP since really they lack any sort of hard stuns. You might as well try to get a slow on top of any other spell that you have. But it might just be Yasha for a Manta style, and we'll see some Blade Master shenanigans from the Juggernaut. Windwalk, Mirror Images, and Blade Fury. I mean, what more could you want if you're a Blade Master, right? If you didn't know, guys, the Warcraft 3 Blade Master was the hero model. The Juggernaut's hero model was the Warcraft 3 Blade Master. That's what I want to say. We have Crazy chasing down S4 very aggressively. S4 seems to know that something's going on. He's going to get out of there just fine. In the meantime, bottom lane being pushed. Loda is going to have his BKB completed very soon. Actually does have it right now, but the courier is getting a little bit confused. That might turn out to bite Loda in the ass, but he's now going to start dumping his points into stats. So this Gyrocopter looking to get as bulky as he could possibly get. After this, probably look for an MKB or a Daedalus or something along those lines just to do as much damage as he can. There's a wild stout shield there for some reason. But Gyrocopter going to be a very large damage force, but we do have gold per minute actually favoring the alliances on the top end. H Profit, that Hand of Midas, really making that, meeting that quota. Loda as well making that CS happen. That is because Crazy as well as Illidan wasting a lot of time just invested. That means they're both not farming. They're just roaming around the map looking for kills. They're going to go in once more for Aki. RP though instantly onto Illidan. Crazy actually managed to dodge that. Loda's going to pop the BKB, try to do as much damage as he can. Omnislash going to fly through. Kinetic Field, Static Storm, going to kill the Gyrocopter, going to kill the Nyx as well. And that's 3 down from the Alliance side. Illuminate going to fly through, completely miss on everyone. and VP, everyone dropping so very low to the call down, to the flat cannon, but in the end they're just going to pop the healing ward and just be 100% okay. And VP, oh, Dire's courier even, was that this? Did I just see that? Okay, well, VP get 3 kills and a courier. So yeah, 17-4, really not looking good for Alliance, even though they are getting a lot of farm technically. Really, they're just getting squished in these fights. If Illidan and Crazy can keep jumping in and keep making those initiations happen, picking off the gyrocopter so easily, picking off the mag, even though he only got a one-man RP onto Illidan, and I'm sure VP are okay with taking that hit. But everyone else from VP following up with pretty much perfect spell placement with that Kinetic Field Static Storm so far. NS has been 100% on the ball with that, and then Omni Slash has been also pretty damn good. There have been no creeps nearby, and it will lead VP to take this tier 1 in this bottom lane. And Alliance, they don't have an RP, they have a call down, but really they don't want to fight right now with that alone. They need their team fight together. They need more gold, really, Alliance, before they could actually take a team fight from VP, because VP, they're very much so a bursty team as well. They rely on that initiation from Illidan as well as Crazy. They need the Omni Slash, they need the Static Storm to shut down Alliance spells. And if VP somehow mess that up, then Alliance are probably going to have an easier time in the fight, because Admiral Bulldog is going to be, hopefully, if all those conditions are met, in the back, completely safe. He'll be able to just do the right-click damage. They will also have Loda, who will be doing the right-click damage as well. And VP, after they burn their load, then what? I mean, lifestealer is still going to be very effective. Juggernaut, not as much. He doesn't have enough farm to really be effective, even after the usage of his Omni Slash. Ward probably isn't going to last very long in this game. The healing ward, that is. So if Alliance could find a good fight, they could definitely make something happen that will rely a lot on the landing of an RP on Illidan. Illidan gonna go straight for Loda, though. The Dream Coil is gonna get dropped. There's the call down RP. Gonna land onto 2. The Kinetic Field Static Storm is up, but the puck is already down. Instantly gonna buy back, but there goes the lifestealer as well. He's gonna buy back too. And there's the wall being dropped down. Aki gonna try to run away from that Blade Fury. Will not make it happen. Sprout gonna help out just a little bit. Illusions are on the chase. But Alliance finding a couple pickoffs, going to get 2, I think, in exchange for 1, but forcing out the buybacks as well. Looks like they're all going to get alive as well. That is the kind of fight that Alliance are going to be probably okay to take. They did use a drum charge, they did use BKB though, so getting those 2 kills, although it is very important kills to be had, they still invested a lot in order to get that. Like they burned RP. They lost the keeper, and they did get 2 kills and 2 buybacks. So I guess, I mean, at worst you could call it even. At best you could call it even, or I don't know. It might be even. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Aki, he's gonna get shredded by Illidan in like 4 hits with the Hyperstone. You probably don't want to be there, keeper. So right now, Alliance, they need to get their team fight together. They are 100% reliant on the RP to take team fights, and really, the biggest tool that they're going to have in this game is this guy right here, Admiral Bulldog, and his split push. Because he's powerful enough so that VP need to send probably 1 or 2 heroes down here to deal with this Nature's Prophet. And who are you going to send down? Someone with AoE. So I think Arzart is probably going to be consistently the one to have to deal with this Nature's Prophet, with that Blade Fury. But the split push is going to keep VP back. It looks like it is going to be Illidan this time. But every time Illidan jumps down to this bottom lane, that is another couple of minutes where Alliance are not going to feel the brunt of the pushing power of VP. So Admiral Bulldog is going to be such an incredibly important hero for Alliance. If he could remain slippery, if he could keep himself safe and pressure this bottom lane, that's going to buy Alliance a lot of time to get a lot of farm. Of course, Illidan and Arzart are both going to be getting farm at the exact same time. Really, Alliance need a lot of time right now. Time is going to equal gold, and that's what they need. In addition, if they don't have an RP up, then that split pushing is going to buy them much needed time for the RP to actually cool down. So yeah, Admiral Bulldog is going to be really pressured a lot in this game. He's going to have to really make the right calls as to when to teleport and where to teleport in order to keep himself safe. And at a certain point, it's going to take VP a little bit more than just one hero to actually deal with the Nature's Prophet, because the Nature's Prophet is getting a ton of gold. He'll be able to turn fights around 1v2 very easily if he gets something like a Hex Stick, or if he has an Empower on him or something like that. And speaking of Hex Stick, it is going to be an ultimate orb for Admiral Bulldog, but really just getting that constant split push from him is forcing VP to stay back. I mean, VP, with the lineup they have right now, I think they will be okay farming just a little bit more, get the Juggernaut, well, his completed Aghanim Scepter, and get Illidan just a couple more items, try to go for that AC. So they're not really too intent on breaking the base just yet. However, with the advantage that they have, they want to translate that advantage into more gold. They're going to find Admiral Bulldog, will break the Dream Coil with that glimpse back, and Bulldog completely revealed that, will get dropped to the Lifestealer, coming in for a right-click kind of kill steal. But hey, it's the carry. That's what you're supposed to be doing, guys. Getting the kills with the carry. Illidan doing his job, and it will be the bottom lane tier 2 falling. Although split pushing once again from Alliance. It may not be that Nature's Prophet who's doing it, but S4 and Loda, you can't really afford to leave these two down here. That Empower will tear down your tier 3s, and they're going to try to go for Roshan, but the Blinding Light really making it difficult for them to do so. Here's the teleportation back. Alliance in a huge amount of trouble. There's the initiation once again, going to go for that Magnus. There's no Dream Coil, but it looks like it doesn't even matter. Impale going to hit on average, but that's not going to help. Drum Charge going to be popped, and everyone from Alliance trying to get the hell out of there. Loda is going to BKB and teleport away. Will be fine to do so. They actually couldn't even find him at that last point, and looks like everyone from Alliance is going to get out of there except for that mag. The tower is going to survive. But looks like though Alliance gonna pull a fast one on VP, gonna jump right into the Roshan pit as soon as they leave. Alliance playing like snakes right now, or I guess you could call it this snaky kind of play, you know. Or oh wait, on slash the EGM will kill him off. Well, I'm trying to think of an animal that does the kind of thing that Alliance are going to do. In the meantime, Roshan dies and Nick Sasson die pretty much at the same time, so maybe I should not spend so much time thinking about animals. Yeah, damn it, now I can't get the idea of I need an animal to compare this to out of my head. So Alliance going to be poking and prodding every which way, and that's going to tear VP from in one direction then another, really going to waste a lot of their time for the RP to consistently cool down for Alliance to get that much more farm. And VP though, if they clump up and actually doom push, do you know what they're doing? Alliance are doing? They're playing a lot like Zerg. That's pretty much what they're doing right now. They're split pushing, they're keeping you back in your base through constant counterattacks, and yeah, that's exactly what Alliance are doing. Don't need no animals, it's the entire Zerg race that they're playing like right now. Because they're pushing every single time that the VP Death Ball, in this case VP, are in fact the Protoss. They have their Death Ball, they could probably take a 5v5 Rumble fairly easily, assuming they don't get hit by an RP, which is the Fungal Growth. But if VP actually manage to get a dedicated push, they will easily bull down your tier 2 towers, as we just saw in that mid lane. But if Alliance can keep VP back in their base, using the quote-unquote Zergling counterattack and Muta's harassment, that is their split push, then they'll be able to really make a lot more time for themselves to get bigger items. And I'm sure a lot of that just went completely over everyone's head who doesn't watch StarCraft. I apologize, but I'm sure the three guys who do watch StarCraft are enjoying the comparison, although that admittedly that is not exactly the strongest. But I mean, you guys are gamers, you know what the Zerg do. It's like Zerg Rush. They have a lot of small things, and they're really fast and really cheap, and they're annoying, like the Nature's Prophet, who just jumps around everywhere and pushes all your lanes and keeps you in your base, while at the same time farming 1,000 gold worth of stuff after that ultimate orb. So yeah, we're going to see VP with a pretty large kill advantage, but the gold experience, the experience chart definitely going to reflect that. It's a huge kill differential, but the gold, not so much. Alliance are still getting their farm mostly onto the Nature's Prophet, but also Loda's had a lot of free time as well. He's going to go straight towards a butterfly, it looks like, so that evasion going to help out an incredible amount. Does anyone have an MKB in the works? Some Juggernaut, I don't think it should, yeah. So the MKB probably not going to be up for a good long while. Loda actually going to buy that out. Doesn't have buyback, has the Aegis, has BKB, going to be okay with that. I think that's the correct choice for right now. If you can take a fight, and then if you can't take a fight with the Aegis, then it's like, what the hell's the point of Butterfly anyway? Bulldog looking for initiation. Crazy though, gonna get the jump on him. Bulldog's gonna die in an instant to Illidan. There's the RP, gonna catch two. The call down is there as well, but Illidan with the rage, not gonna care at all. Arzart's gonna drop in exchange for that Nature's Prophet. Skewer forward from S4, gonna kill off that Disruptor. Now Illidan on the run, forced to stand still because of that Mana Leak. Will turn around for S4. EGM gonna come in with that Vendetta hit, but Illidan is pissed. He's gonna keep on going for that Nick Assassin. Will make it happen. Armlet toggling to keep himself alive. S4 gonna get a shockwave onto Illidan. Will not be in time. Blinding Flash gonna push him into Loader. That momentary disabling the armlet toggling, and Alliance going to take two in exchange for two, it looks like. A couple of ults being dropped at the same time, so all in all, I would say a relatively even trade, though Gyrocopter now with the Butterfly still has the Aegis, so Alliance with the Empower on the Gyrocopter can bring down this tier 2 tower. And it's crazy in Arzart. Well, they do have an Omni Slash, so they can isolate Loda somehow. They could manage to take him out, or at least the Aegis out. It will be a little bit difficult to do, because Loda is pretty quick, and he has an Aegis, so really, is that even worth it, burning your Omni Slash? And you're probably going to die right afterwards if you don't take him out. So again, Nature's Prophet returning back in. This is a trap. It's a trap. Arzart going to get an Omni Slash onto Aki. Going to jump to S4, and instantly the Ghost Scepter canceling off the rest of that beautiful play from S4. Going to steer his way out of that connect field, and Loda coming in from behind, assassinating that Disruptor. Now VP's Arzart going to get blocked by a little bit. Shockwave will kill him off just barely. Alliance finding a couple kills, and now with 3 down still on the VP side, they could continue this push. Alliance S4, that was just so damn unlucky by Arzart. First of all, that snipe with the Shockwave, that was like right at the tail edge. But jumping to the person with the Ghost Scepter and then having the person with the Ghost Scepter pop that is infuriating. I mean, that should have been a dead Keeper of the Light. That was his. He deserved that, but unfortunate bounce to S4, and then the perfect split from Alliance. No, but they're not done yet. They're going to go straight for EGM. 1 hit, 2 hit. EGM is dead. Skewer back. S4 is going to catch KSI, but he's all alone. Can't really do anything about that. Calldown's been used. There's the RP onto Illidan. Can they bring down this lifestealer? They will be able to. The wall's up, but there's no vacuum. No mana already been used. And it looks like Alliance going to find a couple more kills. Illidan now returning to this fight after buying back, looking for S4, but he's going to be 1v4. This could be a fight that he might not want to take. Aki is going to get sprouted and saved. Illidan now trapped. Can they bring him down? Kinetic Field, Lightning Storm is going to pop Aki in just a little bit, even though that spell is really weak. It should do him in. No, it won't actually. Aki's still alive, and S4 going to blink forward for a short range skewer. Illidan can take a good amount of damage, though. S4 is going to live. No, he's going to get burned down by the Ion Shell. Loda still alive, does still have the Aegis in case he's going to die, and Arzart now trapped in the Sprout, does have a healing ward, and it will not be taken down just yet. There it goes, but Loda still alive. Now we'll find Lifesteal and Alliance. Oh no, Loda, are you serious? He's going to go for, okay, he's going to burn out the Aegis. Okay, fair enough. That was actually pretty damn close to having that Aegis run out, but Loda is going to make good of that, and they're going to keep pushing. This is not the death ball that I was talking about. Alliance are making these things happen because of that Butterfly on Loda. He's doing so much damage, and VP simply cannot kill them off. Now that's going to be a tier 3 tower. S4 are going to blink forward, threatening the RP, but he should not have it, will not have it for another 30 seconds, but the raxes are actually going to drop. There's the initiation from Crazy, going to instantly bring down Bulldog with that Ion Shell, but Crazy might trade his life for it. He will in fact do it. Omni Slash now onto 1, going to catch 2, but the Ghost Scepter once again canceling the rest of that off. Loda getting so many kills, he can almost buy up his Satanic now. And Alliance, are they done yet? They've already taken the raxes. Loda going to get dropped. They're going to get glimpsed back. He's going to drop the call down and try to bring down KSI. Will make that one happen in Lifesteal, keeping him alive. And you cannot bring down this Gyrocopter. Holy hell. Alliance just manned up in such a huge way. I really, really am excited to do this. Ready? Boom. Look at that. Gold advantage? What gold advantage? It's Alliance's other one. 10,000. And, you know, what is this? 25, 6, 7, 8, 28 minutes in? 30 minutes in? Alliance are just like, okay, we're done messing around. Boom. I don't know what happened. Like, Alliance just turned on the pressure dial. And they said, okay, VP, you've had your fun no longer. I think it might be just because of all these Ghost Scepters that are coming up. We have 1 Ghost Scepter, 2 Ghost Scepter, third one probably going to come up soon on the Nyx. And wow, I mean, they just... Alliance, the fun is over. Loda has farmed his Butterfly. He's ready to kill people, and kill people he did. Got so many kills out of that with the Empower damage as well. And the tables pretty much completely turned. Like, an unprecedented change of events. Alliance just steamrolled their way through VP, consistently pushing through the Aegis, really helping them out a lot. And really, if they didn't have the Aegis, then Loda would not have gotten a lot of those kills, because he knew that even if he did die, he would have come right back. So he was playing super aggressive. He was sticking around at less than 500 HP in order to try to do a little bit more damage, and it really paid off for him because he survived in the end. He did, in the end, also drop the Aegis, but he was going to be reclaimed anyway. So Alliance just taking such perfect fights after fight after fight after fight. Loda with the BKB, with the Butterfly as well, really avoiding a lot of the damage from VP because they need MKBs right now. And the damage from any of their other heroes is not enough to kill the Gyrocopter unless you find an isolated Omni Slash into Loda, which simply will not happen. Even then, Loda will just probably man up and tank it all with the BKB up. So, Alliance looking to be a little bit behind 5 minutes ago, but now they have a pretty good position. I mean, the gold advantage, experience advantage, still not vastly in favor of them, but still, the momentum is definitely with them. They've cleared out the mid raxes, which is extremely huge, or at least one, the melee rax, which is extremely huge. And we do have Gyrocopter still getting a lot of farm. That Nature's Prophet also doing some pretty heavy damage whenever he does jump into those fights. Has now completed his hex stick, so the lifestealer now has about 6 seconds worth of time where he will be able to right-click things. Other than that, he's going to be instantly hexed as soon as he comes out of that form, assuming Admiral Bulldog is still alive. And well, VP, they're going to look for blood right now. They have an Omni Slash on Arzart, and they want to use it. They're not spotted out just yet, and they're going to might find S4, but he has a Blink Dagger. He has a Ghost Scepter. He will blink out of there right after, and well, here comes the rest of the team. Impale onto one. S4, is he going to get his ultimate off? He won't because of the Static Storm. Can they kill him down? The Ghost Scepter will just not save him because of that Infest. Illidan, though, gonna get hexed, and this is gonna be the death of the lifestealer. I feel like Loda has enough damage. There's a 3-man Dream Coil. There's Omni Slash as well. Gonna do a lot of damage to Loda, jumping up to EGM as well. Loda still alive with the lifesteal, is going to drop in the end. 4 down from Alliance. That's the fight that they won, and that's probably gonna be top Raxes unless there's buyback. There is buyback. But Illidan taking so much of that damage and really isolating the mag and taking him out. Ghost Scepter not helping him versus the Static Storm. Double buybacks from Alliance. VP have burned out all their ultimates and they have to fall back right now. Alliance will hold on to their tier 3 tower. And I need to drink some water, excuse me. I wish my cup was a little bit bigger. Can't really hold that much water. Kind of makes me sad. But what VP did differently last that fight in comparison to the other fights was that they made sure the mag was dead. They focused pretty much 100% of their firepower on that mag and brought him down. Ghost Scepter or not, he's not going to live through that much magical damage, and pretty much mixed damage from the Static Storm, Infest versus the right clicks of the Lifestealer and the Juggernaut. So they managed to bring down pretty much the most dangerous tool, which is probably not the RP, probably the Empower, I would say, is a little bit more dangerous, putting that onto Loda. Definitely RP is a great tool for dealing with the Lifestealer, but Empower onto the Gyrocopter makes him just so much more deadly. And if VP can continuously pick off the Magnus, then that would be huge for their team fights. That is a fairly big if, however. S4, he's got to watch his positioning and make sure he get an RP off at least onto this Gyrocopter. Anyone else is simply a bonus at this point, because no one else from VP is a huge threat. They could isolate the Lifestealer and take him out. That's going to be it. Loda will have free reign over that team fight from there on out. And it will most likely go the way of Alliance, but if VP can avoid that, if they could pick off the mag or make sure that the Lifestealer doesn't get hit by an RP, or even just try to bait out the RP with one of the not as important heroes, or just kill off the mag, I mean that's probably the easiest way to do it, then the fight should go to them, because Lifestealer is still so incredibly stacked. Not as stacked as Loda, not as stacked as Admiral Bulldog, clearly, but still he can do the damage and he's definitely a lot tankier than them as well, so he'll definitely deliver the damage if you could keep him safe, and that involves eliminating the RP. Loda now does have the Aegis, however, so this might be Alliance looking for a fight. Loda going to set up a missile onto Crazy. It will fly, so we'll see if Alliance are going to get blindsided by this. Looks like the rest of VP going to fall right on back, and Alliance would have head that way anyway, so looks like they're probably going to try to finish the range Raxes. A little bit of light pushing. They do have the Aegis, so this is their time to make things happen. Really, they'd have everything they need right now, aside from perhaps an MKB on Loda. He might consider buying that one out, although I think buyback is a little bit more valuable for him at this point in the game. But he'll look to get that additional farm, push out the mid lane, push out the top lane as well, and try to get another tier 3 tower. This one very, very weak, actually, from the previous pushing of Loda as well as S4. That should be the objective for them, and they should have that relatively easily. They've got to watch out for that puck initiation. However, Loda can mitigate all of that damage if he's quick with his fingers and pops off that BKB. It's really everyone else from Alliance who does not have a BKB who's got to watch themselves. Top lane, they're just waiting right now. Probably going to go in on this creep wave. They don't have a pipe or anything like that. Probably won't come up at all. They don't even have a mech, actually, so no mech, whereas VP does have a mech on KSI. We'll just push this lane just a little bit. They're waiting for something, and the MKB is up on Gyrocopter, bought out for that. So we'll not have buyback moving forward unless he gets a whole slew of kills. But S4's got to look for those RPs. They have to make sure also to not get hit by that blink initiation from Crazy, as well as the lifestealer. They're going to move in with these treants. This is it. Mid lane was just pushed back from the VP's base though, so won't be the most effective over there. EGM gonna return a little bit of damage to Crazy with that orb, but tower's gonna get fortified for just a little bit. But this is going to be the death of this tier 3 tower. So Alliance got a little bit of what they came for. Actually, not quite. An even smaller little bit. But Loda's still on the front lines, fearless with the Aegis. He's going to open up with the flat cannon soon enough, and Loda, fearless on the front lines. He's going to try to draw everything. BKB being popped up, but a little bit prematurely perhaps. Flat cannon still doing a lot of damage, but he's going to be forced to fall back. Loda now going to get glimpsed back. He does have the Aegis, going to drop the call down onto Illidan. Hexed up immediately. The wall is going to be there. Static Storm as well. Loda probably going to burn the Aegis right now. Omnislash going to bring down Bulldog. True Sight, you cannot hide from the Juggernaut, and he's going to bring you down. Loda, though, still alive somehow with that lifesteal. Going to turn around for Arzart. The Blade Fury will not be enough. There's a 2-man in the reverse polarity. Crazy's going to die. Arzart's going to die. Loda somehow still alive with the lifesteal that he has. Illidan on the run. Will get hexed up immediately following that rage. Force Staff out from KSI. It's going to save him for just a little bit, but Skewer back onto Arzart. Right back into the clutches of the dire creep wave. Loda gonna now burn the Aegis, but it's so many down from VP. The Knife Field gonna catch Aki on his way out. He will drop in the end, and Loda's still alive. Gonna bring down KSI, gonna bring down Illidan. Illidan, though, life stealing so much from Admiral Bulldog. Hexing Loda, slowing down his damage output. Crazy has returned to this fight. Loda gonna man fight it out. Cooldown has restored its cooldown after 45 seconds of fighting. He's gonna try to go for that puck, but he will jaunt away. And in the end, I'm not sure who that favored. I mean, the tier 3s did drop, but it looks like it probably could have been even, although Crazy and Illidan going to prepare a surprise for Loda. Illidan going to bash Loda down. He will make that happen. And S4 on the run as well. Just need one more spell cast, blink out. Looks like Magnus is going to be just fine with that teleport. Or is he? Or, oh, that was close. Okay, so, in the end, Basher OP from Illidan, I'd say probably the best pickup that he could possibly get right now. And let's take a look at how the gold graph looks after all of that. Looks like it did favor Alliance. I mean, it did bend a little bit up from VP, but Alliance actually getting a couple more kills. Were there any buybacks? Puck bought back, Nature's Prophet bought back, Juggernaut and Darkseer. Yeah, there were a ton of buybacks from VP, and Alliance didn't really do that except for the Nature's Prophet, who bought back and died again. But really, Loda surviving for so long in that fight, this Helm of the Dominator lifesteal really making it difficult for VP to actually bring him down, because once again they do not have they do not have an MKB, so they can't afford to actually sick the lifestealer 100% on the gyrocopter, because he will miss, and he will, after that 6 seconds, probably not kill off the gyrocopter, and then at that point there will be a hex waiting for him as soon as he pops out. So going for the other targets, definitely a better idea from the VP side, but if you do choose to go for that, then Gyrocopter is going to be attacking you the entire time, and he hurts. He already has 320 damage per shot, not to mention flat cannon, not to mention the empower that will inevitably go on him, has been going on him. So it's really VP, they need to choose their targets a little bit more carefully, and at the same time try to dodge the mag ult, at the same time try to pick off the mag. At the same time try to get a Darkseer wall up, which so far haven't been the best from KSI. I've been catching a couple, but really you would want copies of everyone, ideally put it right in the middle of the fight. But 37 to 25 gold advantage still looking in favor of Alliance, although actually with that last fight, VP turning that experience advantage around. So, and perhaps that last fight didn't go to Alliance as much as I thought. Heaven's Halberd being the pickup from Puck, a fantastic item, knowing that the BKB is down to 5 seconds on that gyrocopter, so Crazy can instantly disarm him as soon as he pops out of that, and essentially that's the equivalent of the Rage Hex thing that I was talking about with Illidan, as well as Admiral Bulldog. As soon as the BKB runs out, you can't attack, and that means no life still for you. That means we will kill you that much easier. So big items are starting to come up, and the carries from Alliance and VP both are going to start to be a little bit more vulnerable in the fights. Yes, they could do the damage, but they're running out of options to how they're going to protect themselves. A big option for the Gyrocopter is to buy out and try to get that Satanic going, so that even though he may not be able to attack for a good deal of that fight, once he is able to attack, then 3 hits and he's at full HP, which is kind of broken, but it is an effective way to try to get more longevity out of yourself. Also, it gives you a lot of tankiness in general. But mid lane, being pushed very aggressively, Admiral Bulldog helping to that push with that ultimate of his, but wave after wave is going to be pushing in, and everyone from VP forced to fall back. So all their plans now are going to be put on hold, and both teams probably just going to be waiting another 3 minutes for that Aegis. This will be the third Roshan, once it does come, of course, so it will have a cheese to give out. Probably will... If Alliance does it, probably will give it to S4, maybe Aegis on Mag and Cheese into Loda. But either way, Mag has a Refresher Orb now. Let's take a quick item check on everyone, actually. Basher up on Illidan. Nothing on KSI. Demon Edge on Ars Art probably will go for an MKB. Halberd already mentioned that. And that's about it, besides the BKB coming up on Nature's Prophet. So, yeah, RP will definitely help S4 a lot in those fights. If he misses with one, completely whiffs on that lifestealer, then he'll have another shot at it. Really, just having that additional stun time, no matter who you hit it on, really, it's just gonna be so useful for him. That means more time for Loda to be completely safe and just right-click away at the enemy side. But Roshan will be up in a minute, so expect to see nothing but farming, possibly a smoke gang from VP. They know that if they lose the Aegis and the Cheese again to Alliance, or I guess if they lose the Aegis to Alliance again, as well as the Cheese this time, then they're going to probably lose another set of raxes. They need to do a successful creep jack against an RP. It might be a little bit difficult, but that fighting in this tight corridors mean that Darkseer is going to reign supreme. Puck is going to reign supreme as well. Although Gyrocopter, not too shabby in a tight spot either. So, especially if it has double damage, holy crap. That's a lot of hurt that this Gyrocopter is going to be putting out if they could find time to fight with this DD up. So, S4, tactical pause. Gold is general. No, Admiral, you're already an Admiral. What you talking about, man? I once again did not research the Navy ranks, but if you're an Admiral in the Navy, you're happy, right? Isn't that the top? I'm still pretty sure that's the top. I don't know if there's Navy... I think there might be naval generals. I have no idea. Still, Admiral's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, but Roshan will revive in just a little bit, and well, VP got to deal with their lane, try to prep up for that fight, and you already see Alliance moving down towards there. If they find another double damage rune, that would help them. Haste rune, not as useful, although it will keep whoever takes it alive. I think it's going to be the Mag. And Roshan is now up. VP, gotta get over there, man. Illidan, Ars Art, a little bit too far away. They gotta, like, book it. Like, right now, MKB up. And Alliance. They're just waiting for Admiral Bulldog, although he's Nature's Prophet, so he doesn't really have to wait for too long. They're gonna send EGM up ahead to scout, although there is a gem on Crazy. This could be the death of Nick's assassin if he gets a little bit too over-aggressive, or going to fly through, not spot anyone. They might think it's a smoke, but they're going to check the Roshan pit anyway. This could be a trap. Illidan going to try to take down the Roshan. Will be rather quick, but he's going to have to worry about this huge wraparound. There's the call down. Already going to hit onto Illidan as well as Ars Art, so just a little bit of preliminary damage. Spotting out the Roshan as well. The Illuminate going to fly through for secondary spotting. Even more damage. Poking is going to start, and EGM going to be completely revealed out now. That's going to force everyone back. Crazy going to blink back defensively. And Bulldog looking to go in. There's the instant static field onto S4. He's going to be unable to pop up his RP. He's going to get dragged out because of the vacuum, though. Already one is down. Crazy going to try to get killed. Loda is in the middle of everything. Will take it on the slash straight to the face. Illidan has picked up the Aegis of the Immortal, although Juggernaut got the Aegis. Cheese up on the Illidan, but it's not going to matter because of a two-man RP. Where's the second one? There it is. Loda just standing on the sidelines, delivering the damage. And despite that Dream Coil, it is going to be the death of the Aegis. It is going to be the Cheese down as well. Unless Lifestealer didn't eat it. Yeah, this is the death of the Aegis, death of the Juggernaut for the second time. And Alliance pretty much completely mopped the floor with VP. Those double RPs from S4 made that fight. Combined with the fact that, I mean, if he didn't get dragged out of that Static Storm by KSI, then he probably would have died right off the bat. And that would have been no RP. That would have meant that VP would probably win that fight. Bulldog fighting toe-to-toe with Crazy. The Retaliation Hex is going to bring him down. Crazy's going to die 29-37, but Alliance have the momentum, have the raxes. They're going to look to take top lane as well as bottom lane at the same time. KSI jumping straight in for a huge man play, but I think that might be a little bit too suicidal. Bulldog has silence. He has a sheep stick, although he didn't use either of them. That's going to be GG. Alliance, with the last fight coming out of S4, who has pretty much been making or breaking these fights for Alliance. Finally coming through with one more made fight with a 2-man RP on the 2 most important heroes to lock down. Even though Darknaut was spinning the entire time, it did buy enough time for Loda to completely open up with that Black Cannon. And VP, well, they're not out of this tournament just yet. They're going to drop down to the lower bracket and fight Team Liquid, who've beaten out Fnatic. And then the loser of that goes home. So VP still in this, but Alliance, they're moving on to the grand finals. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. If you did not, then let me know why. But we're going to be moving on, and this tournament is actually almost going to be drawing to a close relatively shortly. So hope you guys enjoyed it. GG. Oh, and I don't know if that's loud enough. We'll do it louder. I don't know how to do it louder. Screw it. That's good enough. GG. What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris. Gonna be playing a lifestealer game, and I know I do already have 2 lifestealer games, but I think I'm going to make a small change to how I do the videos. Still, I would like to have only 2 per hero, but that is when the heroes are really straightforward. And in this situation, or in the other 2 situations, both times I was jungling the lifestealer. This time, actually going to be laning. So the distinction between the 2 with lifestealer isn't too big. Lifestealer is an incredibly slow jungler. He doesn't really get too much, but it's really valuable for the team, especially in pub games, just to have someone who's able to jungle. Like in this game, we're probably going to see Darkseer jungle or something like that. Or he might be in the hard lane. They might be running a tri-lane up top. Who knows? But yeah, the dynamic between a lifestealer in the lane and a lifestealer in the jungle really isn't that. It's really a minimal difference, if there is difference at all. What's good about this lane is that I could actually afford to be a little bit aggressive versus this guy, but I think for all intents and purposes I should be getting 100% free farm, and this guy better have Surge. Oh, you best have Surge, bro. There you go. Burn that out. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Gonna do it anyway. Do it live. Okay, we'll do that. Wake him up. Boom! Oh, they got first blood. We were gonna get first blood. Damn it, Windrunner. Either way, hell, it worked out. We got a kill on the Darkseer, which should not have happened. They got a kill on the Windrunner, which also shouldn't have happened, I guess. So, either way, we will continue to just farm up, and well, we'll just pause it out, I guess, for just a second. And looking at this team, in both of my other videos, I did go straight up rush a Hand of Midas. In this game, I don't know if that is going to be the optimum decision for this game. I could go super late game, although against Shadow Fiend, not sure if that's the best thing to do. And Wisp Tiny as well, probably not the smartest. So I think this game, I'm going to go for more of a early game based lifestealer build. Probably just going to go into Phase Boots, Wand as quick as I can, move that into Drums, and then Armlet, and then try to be a little bit aggressive, so we could hopefully end this game before Shadow Fiend and Tiny get all too big. Hopefully Windrunner doesn't die too much outside of that, so he will hopefully survive. It looks like he's not even going to head back up there. He doesn't have any experience, so I think it'll be the good decision. It's okay. It's okay. Darkseer is probably going to get zoned out pretty hard, but hell, as long as I get free farm, it's going to be a lot of pressure on me, and I already missed a couple of CS because I dove that aggressively for that Darkseer, but hell, either way, we will still get as much farm as we can possibly muster. We do have, as you can see, the Quelling Blade, which means that I did, in fact, start off with a random lifestealer. So in your ordinary games, you're not going to have that, although not exactly necessary to have a successful lifestealer game by any means. So yeah, if you don't have the extra random gold, just don't buy the Quelling Blade, I guess, and you should be fine regardless. So I'm going to be getting that extra point of rage, going to be going for Feast as soon as I possibly can. So it's going to be a 1-1-1 build, then going to be maxing out the rage ASAP. See if I have enough damage to do that. No, I don't. Do I have enough damage for this? 1, 2... No, I don't. Okay. So, testing the waters of the this guy's damage potential. That's the problem with not playing a hero too often, is that you don't exactly know how much damage they can put out to a single target. Especially when you're lasting under the tower, it's something that you really just gotta play the hero to know, or know how much know the damage threshold. But hell, that requires memorization, and I should know that number. I feel like that shouldn't be too hard. I actually can go for Hand of Midas this game. I mean, wouldn't be the worst thing, although I am missing CS for some reason, even though I should not be missing anything. Should I go aggressive? I have a feeling we're gonna need to go aggressive, like, quite honestly. But I don't have to. I have 900 Gs. It'll be an incredibly quick hand of Midas, and, well, Tiny's getting free farm as well. Do I want to duke it out versus a Tiny late game? I can't do decently against that. But all of my other games have had... well, I'm really the only late game we have, so I guess I kind of have to do that. I don't need to be in that mid game, so I'm going to go for Hand of Midas. Hopefully these guys can hold the fort down while I do my thing down here. You know, I should probably get that point of Feast instead of Rage, because there's no one in my lane. Help me with last hitting just a little bit more. So I'm going to be going for Hand of Midas. I think, yeah, this particular game, I'm the only carry on my team, really the only person who's going to scale well into the late game at all. So I think going for that late game security, not going for that late game security in the Hand of Midas is going to be a mistake. Plus, Hand of Midas is just a really fun item for the lifestealer. So let's prep that Hand of Midas up right away. Oh, Bane. What you doing, Bane? You know, we can just put our tri-lane up top. We could do that. I wanted to hold the creep wave here so I didn't have to deal with the tower. It might be not the best idea, although Wisp is not the strongest in a tri-lane.
Do they have Rune Wards?
Just gonna get more points in Feast. Not really planning on fighting anyone in this lane. And we're going to be getting a rather quick Hand of Midas. Quick as I can. Only a little bit more gold. Let's go ahead and get that. And then we'll have that fly out as soon as possible. Actually, taking a little bit of damage from the creeps because I'm eating a whole bunch of creep shots. We have a sizable wave, actually. It's getting a little bit too big for my liking because the Rubik was stacking. It was pulling without stacking, so creep waves weren't exactly being denied. But I should have my Hand of Midas relatively shortly.
I'd like to get my bottle back, please.
What did he say?
Where is it?
Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, okay.
No, 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 give me that, give me that. Does he really need his bottle? You don't need your bottle. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Well, that might be a problem. I could go down there and deal with that, or I could stay here and fight the Darks here. Let's punch him a couple times. Look at that damage from one hit. And, you know what? Let's just do this. Resend Courier. Let's see if there's something good. There's not. Whatever. We'll deal with it. Just gonna hit up the jungle for just a little bit, and then just wanted to get that extra gold. So we're gonna be returning back to the lane where we will hopefully be able to handle this Darkseer. Although with Ion Shells, it could be a little bit infuriating. It's a good thing I got the extra points in Feast. Urgh, I'm scary. But right now I'm just gonna be going for Phase Boots. I'm going to try to get that extra mobility up, get the extra damage, and I should be fine. Let's get a point in Infest so I can instantly cap things with Ion Shell on them. I should be able to deal with these Ion Shells relatively easily. See the Feast keeping me up a decent amount. And then I could afford to tank a couple of creep shots, and I should be fine with the Stout Shield. Things get really dire, I'll just Infest, pop out, but looks like my team have moved into a little bit of a lockdown mode on the top lane. You have to deal with the Darkseer down here, but hell, he's not getting too much. And with the points in Feast that I have, I'll be able to keep myself healthy as long as I just keep focusing these Ion Shell guys, or maybe I can just ignore them. maybe ignoring them is a better choice, because then the tower could help out. But I still have a Salve, so it doesn't even matter. I have Salve and Infest, either way, going to be restored very high in HP. Alright, so maybe I should just Salve right now. I'll get full mileage out of that. Gonna be going for Phase Boots. Probably gonna be buying the boots at the side shop. Actually, yeah, that's fine, actually. So you're missing. Darkseer not sending any more Ion Shells means that he's not in this lane anymore. I would like to dip into the jungle, get a big creep for my Hand of Midas, but I think I'll settle for this. Normally I would say max out Rage, but in such a situation where you are not being pressured at all, like zero pressure, then Rage isn't really going to be doing much for you. it doesn't really matter too much. You could go for either one, since you're not being pressured, you'll have a lot of levels, so the distinction is probably going to be very small. But I feel like if you're just going to go into the jungle, it'll help you just a little bit more to have that extra point in the feast. And, I mean, Rage's great if you get ganked, but I don't think I'm going to be ganked anytime soon. I'm pretty damn safe down here. 48 CS, 7 minutes into the game, almost 8. We're doing okay for ourselves right now.
Alright, hold, sorry.
We just deny some of these creeps, get some equilibrium back onto our side. And hopefully no one's going to come down here. Even if Shadow Fiend does come down, they'll need a Wisp gank in order to kill me off. And let's take a level check. Tiny level 5, so that means Wisp is definitely not level 6 yet. Alright, we're gonna finish up this item. Can't purchase inventory full. Okay, we'll do it this way, I guess. That way works. Sure, why not? Oh, shit, the creep wave got away. Where'd it go? You're not gonna push my tower. Not today. Really, Darkseer? You wanna fight? I'll fight you, man. Missing mid. I'm not scared of the Shadow Fiend, because I have Rage. But what I do want is a Hand of Midas target. We'll see if the Hand of Midas target is right here in 6 seconds. Although, we have a creep wave. We'll get the Hand of Midas target, the extra experience from the Centaur, hopefully. Yes! Thank you. Will give me the extra point in Rage. Gonna clear that out, gonna go right back to this tower, hopefully keep it up from taking too much damage, and we'll save it from most of the aggro. So the idea right now is just to get as much farm as possible. That's exactly what I'm doing. Right now I think we'll clear up some inventory space with this, then go for something like a Hyperstone. Probably be the best bet. Oh crap, he's sending 2 of them now. That's just an asshole move, man. Just an asshole move. What's up? That's 2 hits. And he's gonna run crying home to his mother that the lifestealer was being mean. And if Rubik was here, then I could have been a kill. But I think, ready for this? It's going to be, nah, I don't think I should do that. I was thinking of just jumping into a creep and surprising him, but I'm not even sure if he's still here. He's probably fallen back. Although not entirely. He still is around here to some degree. Oh, the lag is really not helping out. Really not helping out. And these ion shells, they gotta get the hell off me. I think it's time for an infest heal. I think it's about that time. But yeah, just going for the long haul. Hopefully my team is handling their top lane decently. I know there's a lot of action up here. Wisp, level 5, okay. It's good to know, good to know. Is there an ion shell creep? No, there's not. I don't know where the Darkseer is, actually. He's been kind of in and out, and there we go, getting a kill. Well done, team. Hopefully we don't give Tiny a triple kill. Please don't. I'm not watching, but I hope you don't. Rubik, get up there. Get up there, Rubik. It's your duty. Oh wait, no, we got everyone up there. Just a regular old party. Hey, and look what I got. Did he block that camp? Screw it. Need the gold. I could actually push this really hard. That's what I'm gonna do. See if we can get a tower down. And not enough attack speed for that. Oh wait, we're gonna go for armlet, weren't we? Yeah, we're gonna go armlet. The hell, I always forget about armlet as an item. Alright. Want to attack the creeps as much as I can without risking missing the last hits, just like I just did, so that's clearly not working out. I think I need a TP scroll. Would mean I need another branch, though. Your top tower died.